So I didn't want to talk about this whole thing going on with Kingda Ka because I know everybody and their mother has already talked about it, and it seems like everyone is convinced that the ride is done, is closed, never opening again. I remember back when the whole Kumba thing, when people thought Kumba was going to be removed, and then Busch Gardens swiftly answered, no, that's not going to happen. We have not gotten that with Six Flags Great Adventure. As a matter of fact, they've been pretty quiet on this whole thing. Like, coaster enthusiasts have been going into a frenzy about this, you know, making sure they get their last rides on Kingda Ka as, you know, soon as possible. If you're new to this channel, hey, welcome to Coasters and Travels, where I talk about roller coasters, theme parks, and travels. Sometimes I do vlogs, sometimes I do videos like this. If all that sounds good to you, please consider subscribing to this channel and give this video a like. Both are free and it helps the channel greatly. A lot of people think that the ride won't come back. As far as my thoughts, I don't know. Well, at least before some other news came out, which I'll talk about later, but when the rumors came out that Kingda Ka was closing, I thought to myself, until we get any official news, I don't believe that. It's like I wasn't believing the hype. It's like even like bigger YouTube channels was talking about this, and I'm like, wow, they're like very convinced that this ride or rides, because Green Lantern is also on the chopping block, that they was going to be closed for the season or whatever. At least from past experience, when a ride is closing, at least a major ride, you know, there's some type of heads up or announcement that this ride will close for the season or permanently or whatever. But we haven't gotten anything, no word, no nothing, no reassurance, no confirmation, nothing. It's like Six Flags Great Adventure has just been silent this entire time. Maybe they're reaping in the benefits, maybe, I don't know. But I know a lot of people was talking about seeing markers on the ground and stuff like that. I'm not really that type of enthusiast that cares about like markers or seeing. I'm not that involved, I guess. That lets people know that either it's going to be removed or maybe at best, you know, reimagined, like how Top Thrill Dragster was at Cedar Point. But again, we don't know. I don't want to spread any other rumors that's probably already out there. So I wasn't going to make a video about this until I saw news that La Vibora over at Six Flags over Texas was closed for no reason. If you go into RCDB, you can see that the ride has closed in 2024 with no notice. I guess Six Flags thought people wouldn't care about the closure, or they didn't see it really a big deal for them to announce that it was closing. But yeah, that ride is gone. Unfortunately, I will never get a chance to ride it. I've never been to Six Flags over Texas, which is kind of sad for me. You know, it's always sad to hear a roller coaster close, regardless of how good or bad it was. Let me know in the comments, what did you think about La Vibora? Was it a good ride? Did I miss much? Did I, you know, are you glad that it's going away? But it sucks, you know. I mean, RCDB is not like the official, you know, news for, you know, updates for roller coasters, but you know, they are a very trusted source. You know, they're like the roller coaster Bible for most enthusiasts. I've been looking at RCDB for like over a decade. If RCDB says it, then it must be true. I mean, I guess it's technically still a rumor, considering that Six Flags over Texas has not announced this. And if you go to the site as of this video, La Vibora is still listed on the rides list. So I don't know. Who knows what's going on? Maybe it was a typo on RCDB's part, but it looks like that Cedar Fair are closing rides without any notice, at least from what it looks like. At first, I thought that Kingda Ka wasn't going to be closed unless they make a big announcement, because, you know, it's a big deal. Kingda Ka is a big deal in the coaster community. You know, as far as as an icon of what used to be, you know, the whole coastal wars back in the early 2000s. It would be a extremely big deal if Kingda Ka, of all roller coasters left, you know, got tore down. So of course people made a big deal of it, and they made sure to get their last rides and, you know, long lines and stuff like that. I hate to say it, but if they're doing what they did with La Vibora, then there may be a chance that Cedar Fair may just close Kingda Ka without any fanfare or anything. They're just like, okay, we're a new company, we're merged, we're gonna see what type of costs we can cut throughout the entire portfolio. They are moving pretty aggressively, it looks like. They're trying to cut as much cost as they can. I remember seeing a picture of their future plans, and one of the plans were to pretty much look at their entire portfolio and see where they can basically cut costs, meaning probably get rid of some of those parks that's not really making a profit. Not sure which parks they're going to do, but it seems like they're moving pretty aggressive, and it's a shock to many people. All right, so as I was editing this video, I came across some interesting news that came out yesterday. Six Flags says it has no plans to close any parks despite media reports. So the section of the plan that said review the park portfolio over time to optimize the asset base, narrow management's focus, and help reduce net leverage. One of the spokesmen, Gary Rhodes, the Six Flags Corporate Director of Communications, confirmed that they have no plans to close the parks. And I'm going to have this article linked in the description below so you can check it out. But they officially are not closing any parks, but they didn't say anything about Kingda Ka or any other ride. So the best case scenario is that Kingda Ka opens with no issues in the 2025 season. I'm still going to chalk it up as a rumor, regardless of all the panic, because there's so many posts on Facebook about, I'm so sad to see it go and this and that and whatever. I'm not buying the hype. I'm just going to wait until we get official word from our Six Flags Great Adventure, and we'll just see what happens. All right, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to get my thoughts out because yes, Six Flags ain't playing around, man. I'm thinking a lot of things are going to get cut. It's going to be a very shocking period, to say the least. So with that said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.